So welcome back everyone to Living the Dream and to the short series on our recent mini cruise on Cunard's Queen Mary 2. So what's coming up in this episode? A walk around the deck, the famous Cunard afternoon tea, Ibiza vibes in Blankenberg, some more of the food we ate on board, and finally, as promised, our views on Cunard and would we return? Well, I hope you enjoyed the last episode. This episode I'm going to show you a bit more of the outside space on Queen Mary and also the famous Cunard afternoon tea, which is absolutely amazing and totally free. Also show you some footage of Blankenberg. We docked in Zeebrugge the second day, around about 3 o'clock I think it was. We wasn't going to get off that day because it was formal night that night and we didn't want to really walk around Zeebrugge with our finery on, so we got off the next day and we went into Blankenberg. We always go into Bruges, but we've been in there so many times, we thought we'd try something different. Wasn't actually expecting much, to be quite honest, but it was an absolutely gorgeous day and it was amazing. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Blankenberg, but if you get on a cruise and there's a stop there, get off, it's amazing. It's a massive, great big beach. It's amazing. I mean, obviously if it's pouring with rain it's not going to be amazing, but the sun was out, it was baking hot, and you could have almost been in Ibiza or Greece or somewhere like that. There's all little bars and restaurants along the beachfront and it was lovely. We sat down there for a while, then we had a mooch around the shops, and then we had some waffles, the biggest waffles I think I've ever seen in my life, which were lovely. Anyway, well I hope you enjoy this next episode. It's not massive, but it gives you a feel of what's sort of going on. And without further ado, I'll give you Queen Mary 2. As you can see, it was a really good sized cabin. It was really bright and airy and it was the most comfortablest bed I think I've ever slept in. I would definitely book this cabin again without a shadow of a doubt. Another little perk with Cunard is whatever cabin you book, you get a complimentary half bottle of champagne. A lovely touch, I think. Well, I think that speaks for itself. It's Cunard theatre at its very best. The food was exquisite, it was really tasty, it was fresh, and most of all, it was completely free. Just make sure you get there early because it's very popular. one of the only, if not the only, cruise line that you can take your pets on. I'm sure Maggie would love a little trip across the ocean. If you like what you've seen, please do take a moment to like and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything and it helps the channel, and you'll get notifications of when we next put something on. Thank you. Well, these were certainly weird. Open air toilets for men. We saw someone using it as we was coming back, but I didn't like to do a film of it. So yeah, use your imagination on that one. I honestly think if I hadn't have told you that this was Blankenberg, situated on the North Sea, that it could have been anywhere in the Med. It could have been Greece, it could have been Ibiza, it could have been anywhere. And the weather was absolutely astounding, and it was just a beautiful place. We'd definitely like to go back there again, but only I think if the weather was good. Here's a wacky bit of architecture. Giant ceramic or metal babies climbing up a building. Very weird. Don't know who thought that one up. my God, look at the size of these big boys. And yes, they tasted as delicious as they looked. So I hope you enjoyed that couple of episodes. As I said, it wasn't really long enough to experience everything we wanted to, but it gave us a feel for it and sort of made us decide whether or not we wanted to go back on it. So what did we actually think of Cunard, and would we be going on one of their ships again? Absolutely loved the ship. She stood out from when we saw her coming down the Solent, to the decor and the furnishings inside. She really is a nod to a bygone age. So much better looking than the newer ships, I think. I mean, not everyone's of the same opinion, but to me, yeah, much better. And for an older ship, she really is in fabulous condition, and the staff keep her spotlessly clean. As I said previously, we had an ocean view on deck 6 and it was massive. Plenty of storage, the most comfortable bed, and very, very light and airy. It was on deck 6, which is a lot lower than we normally have. We normally have like balcony and a lot higher, but yeah, that's what we was used to, and this was absolutely fabulous and it was perfect for what we wanted. Couldn't fault the food. We only went to the main dining room as we wasn't on there for long enough to go to the specialty restaurants, but the food was absolutely excellent. The main restaurant itself, the Britannia restaurant, was stunning and an absolute joy to sit in. There was a great selection on the menus, the food was always hot and it was beautifully presented. We did have a quick bite to eat in the buffet when we first embarked, as we hadn't had any lunch, and as I said, we had that big long wait in the terminal, so it was good. I mean, we're not really buffet people, but there was a really good selection. Again, it was hot and it was tasty, so yeah, it was a nice area to eat in as well. Not somewhere we normally go into, but for a quick bite to eat, it was absolutely perfect. Yep, there was a really good choice of bars on board. As we were only on board for a couple of days, we didn't get to try all of them, but the ones that we did try were absolutely excellent. We never had to wait long to be served. Once again, presentation was amazing. The choice of drinks was second to none, much better than some of the other lines we've been on. There was always bowls of crisps and nuts and nibbles when you ordered a drink to your table, which I like that. It's just a nice little touch, really. You used to get that on P&O, but yeah, that's gone by the way now. Anyway, we did treat ourselves to the drinks package as it was only a short cruise and we was with a couple of other people. I didn't think it was worth it. We didn't drink anywhere near what we would have made our money's worth, so I wouldn't I wouldn't do it again. To be honest, the drinks look expensive, but to be fair, they are actually in dollars. So once you sort of put them back into pounds, don't forget you've got to add on your tax. But to be fair, they're still not that much more than say P&O or something like that. It just looks on first glance that it is, but no one do another package again. Just drink. It's horses for courses, isn't it? Some people they will get their money's worth. We didn't, so we wouldn't do it again. We didn't really get round to going to any theatres or anything, but there was always something going on around the ship, and no matter what time of day or night, you'll find live music in one bar or another, whether it be in the main sort of bar or the pub or somewhere like that. There's always something going on, whether it's someone playing a piano or a live band or something. It was really good. There were lots of talks, classes, quizzes during the day, and we even took part in a music quiz one morning. We was just coming back from filming outside, and we sat down and someone said, oh, do you want to join our quiz? It's like, and we done pretty well actually. I was quite pleased with myself. So yeah, you won't get bored on it, let's put it that way. The staff were amazing all over the ship, from the cabin steward, who was nothing too much trouble. He was actually most probably the best cabin steward I think we've ever had. He was amazing. To the bar staff and the waiters. They all looked like they really enjoyed working there, and they were proud to work for Cunard. They're a real credit to the company. I did think when we first booked it that it might be a bit stuffy and that you wouldn't be able to have a laugh and a joke with the staff, but totally wrong. They were lovely. You really could have a joke and a laugh with them, and they remembered you. You walk in a bar and they remembered who you were. They remembered what you, and considering we was only on there for a couple of days, I think that was an absolute amazing thing to do. So, overall, would we go back on a Cunard ship? 100% yes we would. Oh yes. We've only ever sailed with P&O, and whilst we'd go on one of their cruises again, in fact we actually booked on Britannia to go to the Caribbean next year, we found that P&O's cutbacks are just making us look elsewhere now. Cunard is going back in time. It's like going back in time when cruises made you feel special, and it's not just like a holiday, it's something that makes you feel special. They still do the evening turn down, which I know isn't for everyone, but things like that I really like. Just little touches. The afternoon tea is unbelievable, and the whole way they treat you and the level of service and just everything about it, I think. So yeah, would we go on it again? Absolutely, 100%. Cunard definitely has the thumbs up from us. So, what's coming up next? So, we've just come back from Zante, and I've done some footage of that, which I hope to get out not too long in the future. As you know, we've probably got quite a few videos of Zante because we go there quite a lot. So I'm not going to put loads of stuff up. It's just going to be stuff that we haven't covered in those other videos. So I done a walk up and down the strip when I went and got my nails done. I walked down to the beach, a couple of restaurants that we hadn't been to before, the hotel that we stayed in, the Venus Hotel, and also the hotel at Stansted. So as I said, I hope it's not too long before I get those out. But in the meantime, yeah, enjoy the rest of this video and have fun, take care, enjoy the crappy weather that we're having now, and see you soon. Bye.